Shangola naga, Gumbi bone ya rukumo, Makunga zichaka na zichaka, Makuri iwe wopa tuchezwa, Matari bo ubona kare, Papa keka na rukumo rwau, Mwana wau wasara nandara ya he. Morena tisaiwe Shangala shuye yele 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 Kumara shuye yele yele Mamua shuye yele 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 Zido buyari Shangala shuye yele yele
Claudina Muladelo Ramulondi, who now goes by the stage name Clauds, is a singer and songwriter hailing from a village called Hamashamba in Venda. After years of working as a professional electrical engineering technologist, the songstress realized she has another calling, music. Well, fast forward to 2021, Clauds has an EP under her name titled Identity. Now to tell us more, she joins us on Zoom. Clauds, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning to you, and thank you for having me.
Happy Heritage Day, looking amazing there in your regalia. Give us a brief background into how you moved from engineering to music.
Okay, well, I'm still an engineer. I'm still an 8 to 5 employee. I've just started my music career in 2019, where I decided to write a couple of songs, but it's all started when I started questioning my purpose, here on earth, because I just felt like there's more that I can do, more than just having a day job and having a family. I'm married, I've got 3 beautiful girls, but I just felt that there should be something else that I could be doing. So I've been singing since I was young, but I was always in the background, and I never thought I could take singing as a career. But then when I started questioning my purpose, with a lot of consultations and prayer, it led me to music, and I just had a story to tell through my album titled Identity, which has got 13 tracks in total.
Yeah. You started singing in school at a choir, I think at about age 11. What did that experience teach you about the musician that you wanted to become?
Basically, that's where I learned a lot about harmonies, when you have your soprano, your altos, your tenor, and then it also just ignited this thing of having live music in me, So from that point, I learned how the harmonies work, and how you have to stay on your notes, and how you articulate words when you're singing. So that's how much I've learned, and the discipline also, because in choral music we are very much disciplined. You know what I mean? So that's what I learned from that space. Yes.
Talk to us about your genre. How did you come to the decision to say, okay, this is the genre I'm going to go for, and I'm going to stick to it?
You know what? I grew up listening to all sorts of music, African music and so on. But I've always been interested in live instruments, So when I was growing up, my father would play the likes of Kanda Bongo Man, he'd be playing Ladysmith, Black Mambazo, and then he'd be playing Lionel Richie, all those legends. And then from there on, I think that's where I got this idea that I need to be playing live music. And also I was involved in traditional dance called Chigombera na Marende in my village. So that's where I learned the African beats and so on, where I was like actively involved in the music. So my genre comes from there. And as I was growing up, I started listening to people like Judith Sepuma, your Jonathan Butler, your Kekwalam, Gregory Potter, and that's where now my album, if you listen to it, you just hear a bit of that influence in it. Yes.
Your EP is titled Identity. What's the significance of that title?
Identity. I just feel like it's important for everybody to know where they come from, what they represent, what they are all about, and that they should never lose their identity based on the circumstances that they face in life. So I just saw just that a lot of people now, they're living their lives being influenced by what's happening around them, what social media says about them, and so on. So I'm just saying, do not lose your identity. You must know your identity from creation. What does the Creator say about you? Who are you? You know, that's all that. It's all about. And also, there's a song called Shangolashi that you were playing now. In short, it just means our land. And in that song, I'm trying to talk about issues of getting our land back. If you know the African history, you would understand why it's important for us to really look back in that and then try to get what rightfully belongs to us. You know, just like any other African should be concerned about that issue right now.
Now, there's a song that you wrote with your husband back in 2010. How important is it to have a support system? You're a mom, there's a career, there's also music as well on the side. How important was his support?
Wow, I don't think I would be doing this if it wasn't for his support. Really, he's been like the backbone of this brand. He is behind me all the way, and he's a musician as well, so that really helps me. And sometimes I don't feel like we're working because we're also spending quality time as a couple and as a family. So for me, it means a great deal, really. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have his support, and I just want to send a shout out to him. Tendo Ramurodi is the greatest, and I continue to learn a lot from him musically and so on a daily basis. So I really appreciate him, and it has made everything easier for me, honestly.
And speaking of him, he must have been one of the people that you worked with on this project Identity. Who else was part of this journey?
Okay, so my husband was my executive producer, and my producer is Beckham Tetwa. He's well known from the gospel side of things, but he's also doing jazz, so he's my producer. I've worked with Lebo Morolo as well. I've worked with Karabo Mogane as a feature in my album. I've also worked with Zulu Boy as a feature also. So those are the people that I've worked with in this album.
How would you describe the music on Identity?
What I can tell you about my music is that by the time you start listening to from the first track up to the last track, it will just make you feel good. It will restore hope, and it will also stop you from self-condemnation, and you will learn a lot from the album, because I feel like the whole message from the album is just coming straight from God. He was just breathing the lyrics onto me, and I feel that when you listen to it, you feel good, you feel motivated, you restore your hope, and you will just want to know who you are more, which I feel will be beneficial for anybody.
Let's talk about the video. That looks like it was a lot of fun. The different cultures that you embrace in the video that we've got. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I tried to include all the cultures that I could get hold of, but in short, I just wanted Africa to be well represented. You will see I also have my Nigerian regalia there. I've got vendor. Yes, traditional clothing there. So I just want us to remember that we are Africans, and we should be united, and we are one, and we should not. Also, I'm condemning xenophobic attacks. On my video, I also display that to say that as Africans, we are sisters and brothers, and we should love each other, and we should not let small things get between us. Things such as job security and so on, and poverty as a whole make us to fight against each other, and we forget about the bigger goal that we should be facing right now, which is getting our land back and our wealth back, and fighting poverty and inequality in our continent.
And where to from here? What are you going to do to promote the album going forward?
I've just shot another music video for a song titled Zonaka. It's a love song. It's gonna premiere tomorrow on my YouTube channel. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I also have I've been nominated for the Limpopo Music Award for 4 categories.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much. So I'm just looking forward to that, and I would just like everybody who's watching to just kindly vote for me. This is quite big because this is my debut album, and already we're talking about 4 categories. So that's quite exciting for me.
All right, Clauds, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck. She was talking to us about her debut album, which is actually quite interesting that she's got a nomination for the music awards in Limpopo. Her name is Clauds, and she's been talking to us about her debut EP titled Identity.